since I've gone live that I don't know if I got all my settings correct. But I see that one person was here. Well, that's okay. I can walk and talk, and it can just be a video in the end. But I was outside changing, well, I tried to change the battery. I'll span it over here. This truck has been sitting here forever. So I finally bought a new battery for it, and wouldn't you know, the tools I were using malfunctioned, and I have to go buy new tools, and I'm not gonna bother doing it today. It's getting late. I'd have to rush to the store, and it'd be closing right before I got there. So I'm just gonna wait for another day. That truck is just gonna be a farm truck anyway. So if it gets done in the next week, it'll be fine. So once I figured out I wasn't able to do my battery, I figured, well, maybe we'll go live. None of the horses are up here. I figured I'd walk and find out where they're hanging out. I'm not even sure. All I'm seeing is a picture right now. There we go. I think I got my chat going again. So here's the girls. As I went inside to grab my camera, I looked at the temperature. Hi, Jovita. Yeah, I haven't been live in ages. When I went to grab my camera, I checked the thermometer out because the sensor or the reader is inside the house. It says that it's 15 degrees outside, and I don't know if that's true or not. I know the thermometer is sitting in the sun, so maybe it feels that way in the sun. Hi, Whistle Stop. I was gonna make just a regular video today, and I don't know, just something about not being able to do the work that you had planned. Well, there's two of the boys. Hi, Drunken Chef. Actually, Jovita, I was in all of MTT's live. I saw you saying it was in the 80s. Yeah, a little bit jealous. And only because more daylight during the day now, and there's still, everything's still frozen, right? But I'd like to get going. I was just going to show you guys that Zephyr's starting to shed out, so I think it is getting a little bit warmer. Hi, Henry. Yeah, 84. Gosh, that must be so nice. But I have been watching Jared's videos, and I know he's in the same town as you, and he's outside in a tent, so gotta be nice. Although, I can't complain. This has been one of the nicest winters we've had. I think there was only one time that I had to get the snowplow on the road. Yes, Drunken Chef, I think I replied with my address to the comment you left on one of my videos. I don't know, maybe I should post it on my About page. I've never done that. But yeah, I'm looking at this fence. I need to tear all this down this summer and move it. I guess they heard me talking and everyone's coming up. Yes, it's a P.O. box. It's 317. They figure it's evening oat time. But there's the rest of them. They must have just been standing in the sun. Well, I'll show you, we even got a puddle out here. But everyone's gonna take off and go up to the barn because they think it's oats time. Jack, you gonna stop? Hello. Yeah, Jack must be sticking his head inside the bale again. That whole time I had him healing in the barn from his wound. Okay, I will do that. He was getting better because I was feeding him on the ground, and I would dampen his hay when I put it in the barn. Now that he's back with everyone, he's just shoving his head back into the bale. Here's Christy. She needs her hooves done soon. I let the farrier know that I'm ready. Gonna get, actually, it's these 3 horses I want to get done. Hi, Heather. Just thought I would walk down to the horses, but now the horses are going back up to the barn. And then look at Casey's marking. Sure comes out in the winter. That's dirt. This is his mark. Hey. You're a funny boy. And there's Rip. I'm not quite sure. Hi, Tummy Perkins. Yes, everything's well. I was just gonna say, not quite sure what to chat about, and that's probably why I haven't been making too many videos. Well, I guess I took a break when Jack was injured, so I was taking care of him a lot. Casey's gonna be a good boy. Unlike everybody else went up because they think we're getting oats, and Casey turned around to follow me. Hi, Gavin. It's just the same thing over and over again, you know? Feed the horse, cross your fingers, the tractor starts up. Now that the weather is nice, I don't have to worry about the tractor so much. Look at these guys. Just following right along. And so I'm going to be starting groundwork with these guys, but I want to wait until the snow is gone and the ground is thawed. Thank you, Gavin. So it's kind of like a big waiting game to get everything done. Otherwise, it's just the normal chores. Feed the animals, go to work, and then repeat. You're funny. You're a good boy. You know, if he turned around now, but before the live is over, if I get close to Jack, I'm going to show you that he's got maybe an inch and a half to heal up, and he's good. And the skin that folded down on him, it was really hard. It was like this hard ball of skin, and it's completely gone soft and shrunk. I'm not sure what you guys think I have. Hey, I did buy more snacks for them. Of course, they're in the barn though. And I haven't even taken anyone in the barn because all the snow came down off the roof and made a big ice drift right in front of the barn. And I can get in, but the horses couldn't get in. So if I want to get the horses in the barn, I gotta take an axe to it. It's nice and warm, but not warm enough to melt the ice. The dogs have found something in the distance. I can hear them howling. They're in the barn, Heather. And I guess it's been 2 weeks because that was in my last video that I put out. I bought a corner feed pan. I need to install that into the stall in the barn. And I got molasses cookies and I don't know, I think they're little alfalfa. I don't know, they're little pieces of alfalfa as a treat. They look like a miniature cookie. Ooh, I'm gonna wipe out on this ice. What a difference from all the snow I was snowshoeing in last year. Camera equals cookies, yes. Oh, they stopped following me. This is, not quite sure what the date is. Is it like February 25th or something like that? Sure is a different year than this weather is kind of like April weather. No, it's not Jovita. Of course, the ground froze enough that I couldn't continue digging my fence post, but it's not frozen like it is on a typical year. Although I know my sister during Christmas break was saying something about, hi Beth, oh, this is unusual that it's so warm. And my dad said, no, it's not, because he can remember a year where, and he lives up north from me, he can remember a year where the guys were starting in the field in February. So, hi blistering barnacles. Yes, I feel like I haven't, even though, well, I guess I haven't done a live in a couple of months. Ah, Henry, I'm just reading your temperature there. Yeah, Jovita, I don't know. I think it's because I just haven't had much to say. So obviously, this area is sheltered from, I'm facing south right now. So the trees are shading this whole area. The snow hasn't melted here. Well, thank you, blistering. It's my little paradise, I guess. I'm looking forward to summer coming along, or even spring, so that I can start with this fencing. I guess all I've been doing this winter is daydreaming about how do I want to set up. I kind of feel like I want to tear every fence down, put the perimeter up, which is not all going to happen in one summer. Hi, Goga. Thank you for coming in. But I want to figure out how I'm going to make all the different pastures for the horses, because they all need to run up to the water bowl in the winter. And the goal is, I still have a stud and 2 mares at my father's. Not sure if they're going to be coming home this summer, but at least the next couple of years. So I think I'm taking care of Jack, doing my chores. That's all I've been doing since I've been on live. And then another question I have in my mind is, I'm walking up to this alfalfa pasture here, or my hay field, which is 10 to 12 acres. I'm wondering if I should just abandon that and expand my pastures for the horses, because I live on sandy land, and right now I have 10 horses, although 3 are not here permanently. My goal is to raise them until they can be trained, and then find someone who needs a good horse. There, can you guys hear a little bit of a crunch on the snow? I guess the weather prediction says that we're supposed to dip down to minus 20, 30 this week. Maybe one more blast of winter. Although I don't think we're supposed to get snow or very much snow. I know that we're going to be getting, well, it says rain, which is almost worse than getting the snow because the driving becomes dangerous. Oh, Bo's trying to get a drink of water here. I guess one interesting thing that happened to me over the winter, I was driving home one day and I saw something on the road. To me, looked like a panther. We don't have panthers here. And so that's why I was confused about what it is. But the back legs look very similar. And it had a very small head on it. It was bigger than a fox, or maybe very similar in size, and a big bushy tail. So I had to look it up when I got home. And it was the first time I've ever seen a fisher, and it crossed the road in front of me. Which made me wonder if I get animals like that in my little ravine here. I need to get a camera for that one day. If you could only move as fast as those dogs, because they were just in these trees and now they're way on the other side of the ravine here. I haven't been in this ravine at all this winter. They found something though. Crossing the fence. Crossing my fingers so I don't tumble either. This snow is slushy, just like it's springtime already. It's funny to look around. I should have been doing this in the spring when everything's starting to green up. A fisher? Yeah, after I saw it, I talked to someone and he says they think they smell like a skunk, kind of like a mink almost. But I tell you, the one I saw was probably a male because he was pretty big compared to what the size of what the internet says. But he was just pure black. It was awesome. Um, uh, I guess, you know what? I'm not even sure. I've only seen possums in pictures. Hi, Lila. Okay, so what I was saying here, it would be better to see this in the spring. This oak tree that's right in the middle of the camera view was just a twig when I first moved here. Because I can remember bringing the kids here, and all these little cottonwoods weren't here either. That pine tree wasn't here. We used to go down this hill. There were no trees. Everything's growing up in here. That's probably a maple at the bottom there. But there were no trees down here. We used to toboggan or sled. And of course, I think I've said it before, I used to drive through the ravine. I haven't done that yet, but I'm gonna cut a trail a little bit wider than a walking trail, wide enough that I can ride the horses through there and get Jack back on some kind of exercise program as soon as he's healed up.